hope traders and investors alike were green today. I want to start by saying, happy 4th. Hope everybody takes a break from the market, spends time with the family, get some rest, get some relaxation. The market's not going nowhere. The bank will be open again Tuesday. Sucks that we miss a day next week, but there'll be plenty of days for withdrawals. So the SPY, let's talk a little bit about what we had going on this morning. NEO, the Chinese EVs come in with their numbers. Their delivery numbers actually look good. Now we've seen Toyota, we've seen GM guide down, Toyota with bad numbers, Nissan with bad numbers. So kind of makes you wonder if they aren't padding the books. You never know. Tesla's numbers will be coming out, and everybody's expecting them to be short. Shanghai was shut down for a couple of weeks, having all kinds of trouble with the factories in Germany and Texas. So there's some issues going on there. So Tesla's numbers may be down. MU, we talked about it in the last video, the recap video. MU had report earnings and guided down, so that we wasn't just looking at MU for bearish. We were looking at the whole sector. Semi-sector. KS had news coming on it. A couple of different things were happening this morning. We knew we had PMI, we had ISM, and let's go to the SPY chart, and you can see, we traded 945. We traded flat 945. And PMI come in, the market ripped. 10 o'clock, ISM come in, it just snatched right back. And a lot happened here. You'd really want to be below your moving averages before going into a trade. I mean, you could get some scalps. So you had enough room there, depending on what your 5 looks like. You got a room here to take a scalp, but you want to. You just want to be ready to take profits if needed. If you get a bad reaction in there, close the trade. Close it green. Don't give it time to. Options move so fast and they go the other way. You can lose lose your profits and be back in the hole so fast. So never be scared to take profits. But the best entry that shouts out at me, and of course you never know exactly what's happening until it happens. I don't get the luxury of looking at this chart and picking my entries, while we're trading. And that's why we share the screen in the afternoons to point the stuff out while the price action is happening. It's a little different, and there's opportunities, when we do that for trades. But breaking down here to the lows like this, getting below the previous body, even better, we're below the wick. So that's a signal. This candle opened up and wanted to push, so you're testing the 50. It's bouncing around. By this time, you should already have your trend line drawn. You can see the angle right there. You should have this trend line drawn. So you want to getting as close to that trend line as you can get. The trade just goes without you. It goes without you. If something else is set up, just be patient. So this candle would have been the perfect candle to take, coming over, touching a 9, opening up below this previous body or at this previous body, pulling back. That would have been the perfect entry for me. Of course, looking at the 1-minute chart, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't have took this candle. I probably wouldn't have took that candle, being so far away. I probably would have been patient. Also, also has something to do with what the 1-minute chart looks like. But that would have been the best entry. Remember, confirmation on the 5, go to your 1, get your best price possible. If you're not getting the best price possible, you're entering a losing trade from the start, and that you can't do. I mean, you can't make money. You can, but it makes it hard to make money if you're bad spreads or just getting bad entries. You need the best entries as possible. You need to go off that 1-minute chart and get the best price possible. But you can see here we put in a bottom ascending triangle and then broke to the upside, which is what we were expecting. Low volume day, turning the algos on in the afternoon and grinding up. That's exactly what we were expecting. So overall, it was a great day. So let's look at Tesla. I also traded Tesla, which is, I trade SPY and Tesla every day. Anything else is a bonus. These two are a given. Same setup, pull back 945, ripped, 10 ripped. A lot going on in there. This was an actual trade that I took. I had this trend line drawn to break below. I was actually down here. I was able to get a small trade down there. It did push back up and end up pulling back, but it was a 20% trade. So it's not bad for, quick pullback, and 20% of Tesla is not bad. Put an ascending triangle in over here as well. Ripped up. Let's look at a very small cap that presented an opportunity today across the squawk. Come in. It was all over the squawk for a few minutes, and it just popped. big pop, and you're looking at a 40-cent stock moved to almost 60 cents. So it moved almost 50%. It did move 50% in the snap of a finger, basically. It provided opportunities as well to get in. You can see opening up here, but you're extended. But waiting to flag on here, it also depends on what the 1-minute chart looks like. Maybe catching some of this up here was an opportunity. Let's take a look at Microsoft. So we shared the screen today, and we looked at price action on Amazon, Tesla, and the SPY. So you can see basically same setup, ripped up, pulled back. But here we put in a symmetrical triangle instead of a bottom ascending. Either way, we got a breakout on it. I almost come back and retested the 20 there, ended up pushing. Just a nice setup. There's plenty of trades offered in there, especially after you can start connecting lines. You even start trading from channel to channel. That's not my style. I trade breakouts, but that's an option, something that maybe you can build a strategy around. Like I was said earlier about MU, I was focusing more on AMD when it comes to the short side. You can see, we were ripped down, come back and tested. You seeing wicks up there, this break down right here. This would have made a decent entry on the way down. After that, it chopped around. There was opportunities in there to make money. Getting a test off of this fib level that has been called, and seeing this tweezer top here or tweezer bottom down here. It's not textbook, but seeing that could have got some trade to the upside there as well. Let's take a look at AMC. Now this thing was, strong at open, pushed up, pushed up, pushed up, but you're seeing wicks. This gap down right here, that's a huge signal. Now seeing it gap down like that, it's almost like somebody's mad at it. They got this candle here open below this 9 here. That would have made a nice. You could have stayed into it and tried riding it, but coming down, seeing that candle turn green, I'd have been out of it with the 20 right there. That would have made a nice scalp. This candle right here opening below the 20 with a gap down below the 20. Go time. Right back into the trend line. By now, you should have a trend line up, and you can literally build a strategy just by touching these trend lines. I'm more of a breakout trader. That's not my strategy. But you can trade like that, and you can make money like that. I like a more. My trading style has the probabilities are higher of winning. It's just very picky. It's conservative, but it's really not as bad as it sounds. Trying to describe it, it's like, oh man, that's a lot, but it's really not a lot. 5-minute confirmation, take your trade off to 1. We're looking for trend line breaks, pattern breaks. We're breakout momentum traders. We want momentum. We want to break out. This would have gotten you here. This was a strong one today. Novax. It's a one of the drug companies, but it pushed up right there. If you wasn't ready to treat that as a scalp, that might have got you stopped out. It even looked bad, dipping below the 9 there, but it come back and it ripped. I didn't trade that. I did hear they called something over across the squat right after opening, and it ran on whatever they called. You got Oxy. We've been watching. We're all over crude all the time. Energy plays. Look at this coming into open. So 59.76 is a number we were calling this morning. You can see it took it out pre-market, but it lost it pre-market. You can start to see in the wicks back here. Look at all these wicks. It's giving you a clear signal right there at open that, it's a good chance we're getting ready to go down. Now, if you did try to take this trade open, I don't recommend trading it open. Let them run it. Let them give you a trend. You're not missing it. Trust me. There's enough opportunities. You'll get in here and you'll be able to make money. It's better to give them their open, let them put the trend in, then you can get in and make some money instead of just gambling. You're gambling. If you're trying to trade it open, you're gambling. Unless you got a really good strategy. But for me, that is some good signs up there. But the break below this 200 here, that on the way down, that's print all the way down. Come up, you got this nice flag here. I would draw a trend line across the top of there and would have been looking for the break at the top of them candles. This would have probably been my candle right here. Would have been better. There's some people could entered here at the 9. I'm looking for that breakout. I try to, confirmation, go to the 1. I try to get into them right before the move. And it works a lot of times. Sometimes, things don't set up, but there's enough chances to make money using the setup that I plan on sticking with it. Some really nice push-ups here. You can different opportunities to trade. You can draw a line across there, seeing push up, retesting this 9 and 20 and pushing up. So there's some opportunities in there if you were looking for them. What are we, 10 minutes in? Let's take a look at the IWM as well. There's a lot going on in the market, and it's really great being tied in, being so informed. That's a big help. So knowing as coming into the market, knowing that GM just guided down, being able to find these things out as things are unfolding is just huge, and there's a lot of catalysts just in that alone. But once again, you can see some symmetrical triangle action going on in here. Same setup here. Let's go ahead and draw it. You can see it right there like that. All right, so you're not getting it there. Come down to here, look, lining right up, and you can see that. So you got to break out of that right there. Plus, you're getting a trend break on the 5, so you've already got the trend break play. This right here would have been an entry. Knowing this resistance here, she did act on it here. So it's definitely an area. May have wanted to take the entry above that, to be honest. That would probably been the safer entry, and that would have probably been the one I would have went for. Still got a decent move here that would have paid well, especially if you would have held through that. I probably wouldn't have held through that. Matter of fact, I was in a SPY trade right there. Ended up selling the SPY trade when we broke that 9. And it continued to run afterwards, but the trade worked. I made money. I'm happy. That concludes our video for today. We'll get the trend or the day trading watch list out tomorrow, so everybody's got a chance to see the oscillators. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. Get some rest. Markets open on Tuesday. See you in the trading room.